Alright guys, we're back with another comparison, the Galaxy A52 versus the Galaxy A51. So I was really excited about the A52 because they made such great improvements with this model, with the high refresh rate, adding dual speakers on here, a better processor. I definitely think it's a better upgrade. Now design wise, you can kind of, it varies person, because I do like the little psychedelic shifting color, but I also love this matte plastic that they went with on here as well. It's very clean, but again, design really is up to the person here, and the battery is also bigger too, so I think it's a pretty solid upgrade. I'm gonna wipe this down. All right, let's go ahead and get this boot up going here. Now on the A52, we're running Android 11, Snapdragon 720G with 4 gigs of RAM. A51, I believe it's still on Android 10 with the Exynos 9611 and 4 gigs of RAM. So these are both the base model of each device. Oh, we actually in on the A51 first here. Actually taking a while for the A52 to boot up here. I hope it didn't freeze. Okay, there it is. All right, so that took a really long time. All right, so before we get into the apps, has the speed with the fingerprint sensor improved here? And I can't really tell that big of a difference here. I do know that the face unlock is pretty much the same with both of these devices, but as far as like the overall feel with the fingerprint sensor, I can't really tell the difference. They both work fine, but yeah, they both still feel about the same. Honestly, I can't really tell much of a difference. Face unlock is exactly the same speed on both, so let's clear out all these applications and let's get started here. We should see a significant speed improvement with this year's model. Let's go ahead and get into Subway Surf. 3, 2, 1. We're in on the A52 here, and you will notice that high refresh rate kicking in on the A52. It definitely has a smoother experience when you're just scrolling and swiping. So you will notice that the most if you're coming from the A51. Instagram, A52, again, you'll notice that scrolling on the A52, just super buttery smooth it feels. Let's try Pokemon Go. So to me, this is a pretty nice speed improvement, especially when you're launching games. Google Earth, A52. And Temple Run. And I have noticed just less stutters with the A52 than on the A51. So those animation stutters that you see on the A51, you don't get those as often. Boom, we're in. And we're in. Let's go ahead and try Jetpack Joyride. A52. You see what I'm talking about with the games? It's a much faster and less like glitchier experience. Now we're in on here. Let's try. You see what I mean with like the sort of like the slowness? YouTube. A52. So to me, if I'm an A51 user, this is a pretty good improvement here. A52 loaded that video faster. Let's check out a heavier game like PUBG. All right, we are in on the A52 here. All right, we're in on the A51. So as you can see, that big difference when it comes to your games, getting into your games, especially heavier games. You'll just be able to just boot into them faster. As far as processor speeds and stuff, the A52 is faster, but gaming performance, let's check that out. Graphics, I know, yeah, it goes up to HD on PUBG, high frame rates, and I think it should be pretty much the same for the A51 as well. Let's see. Oh, this one actually goes to HDR. HDR ultra frame rates. Yeah, it's not supported on the A52, which is weird. It should be, because the A52 has a higher settings on Call of Duty Mobile, but this one has a higher setting. That's weird. It's weird that that's not supported yet. I don't understand why that's not supported, but alright guys, let's see if we got any application closeouts. Subway Surf still open. Restarted on the A51 here. Temple Run restarted on the A51. Google Earth still open on both. Pokemon Go restarted on both. Instagram still open on both. Jetpack still open on both. Restarted. So yeah, it looks like the A52 does do a better job with RAM management. Now the Android 11 update could help with the A51 with that RAM management, so we'll just have to see. It is what it is. Alright, so the cameras have been improved on the A52. To me, the most notable thing is the color and detail, especially when you zoom in. So on the A52, you now have a quad camera setup, 64 megapixel standard, 12 megapixel ultra wide, 5 megapixel macro and depth sensor, shoots in 4K, 32 megapixel selfie, shoots in 4K. On the A51, you do have a quad camera setup, a 48 megapixel standard, 12 megapixel ultra wide, and then a 5 megapixel depth macro, and then the same 4K video, 32 megapixel standard and 4K. So you just get more detail on that main lens. I'll go ahead and show you guys the stills. Now this is one of the most noticeable improvements is a dual speaker versus the single firing speaker on the A51 as well. So you just get way louder, crisper sound, starting with the A52 max volume. It's just a way fuller and louder sound on the A52 here. So that's pretty much it. What do you guys think? Be sure to let me know, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.